Hey, good evening. How's it going?
Sounded good, man. Sounded good. Very strong and good full-bodied audio. Copy me okay tonight?
Yeah, I got a good copy on you. Sounding really good. What's going on? Where are you at? What studio?
Studio B. I'm on the situation here with the limiter. I haven't listened to myself, but I think it should be able to keep the audio down below that baseline level.
It's much better. It's much better. Much better. Man, much better. It's much more what I'm used to hearing you. Much more dense, up front. Very much. Yeah, you did good.
This little R unit's great. I have that. I don't know. It might be on the picture. One of my pictures. You see how small it is. There's a tube in there. They're made to USA. They're really high dollar and high performance. I have the mic preamp. It matches it. And so I put the USB 204 up here at Studio B so I can patch it in. And and I got the Innovonics down there in the shack. So this thing I could, with a button on the front, it could limit or compression. So I have it on limit, and I think it'll do the job. I'm very confident. So thanks for the report. I was on 40 meters talking to the guys. Had a pretty good turnout. Bill and 4WC, K8C&I, Brian, Ernie, Bill, I already said Bill, I guess Tony, 4OG. So I was just down there, and that's it. How was work today? W2SDR.
It was good. Busy. Bob's on vacation all week, so it was very busy. But we're going to be getting out every day, probably around 5, since I got to work every day this week. So that's the deal there. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. Good on 40. Hope the radio's working well. Sounds there's something there. There's a little bit of distortion there. I had to close my eyes and turn the speakers up. You'll hear it. I'm not going to delete the recording tonight, but look, I'm such an idiot for doing that, because I went in there and then I was like, saw all these files and they were like long, and I was just deleted them all, and then I went to go upload it later in the evening, and I said, oh no, because it permanently deletes them when you like delete a bunch of files that are so big. So I couldn't go in the recycling bin and even get it. So, but anyway, that's the story. But there's still a little something, but it's minor. So you be the judge. If you want to fix it, you do it. But if not, leave it. But it sounds much improved over last night. Yeah, you're nice and strong too. God, you're 30 over, 35 over S9. So real strong. Yeah, going to be busy tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day. And then next week, did I tell you I got to rip that motor out of that Yukon, that Suburban?
No, you didn't tell me, but you probably knew that was coming. I can lower the level. It's not a problem. I lowered it a couple of notches. I got to see, it's got a mic level, and whatever point it gets to, see, I'm up here in Studio B. I have no mod monitor. So I can get to a point where I can set it, and then it will never go above that. So essentially I lowered it by a couple of notches, and it won't affect the density or anything. See what I'm saying? It'll just affect, if I can find that point where it hits the baseline, that's where I'll set it.
I gotcha. I'd just be interested to hear it and see if it does it downstairs while you're looking at the mod monitor, to tell me if what I'm hearing is you hitting the negative peaks, because it almost doesn't sound like that, Dad. I I'm not trying to be a pain in the ass here. I know, I'm really not. It's just, um, there's just a little. It doesn't say. It almost sounds kind of RF-y, almost is what it sounds like. A little bit of RF or something. Like it's almost like a little bit of garbledness on riding your modulation, if that makes any sense. It's very subtle, but it's there.
Okay, is that what you heard like yesterday and the whole time? Is that?
Well, I heard that yesterday, and on top of hearing distortion. Like I'm telling you, it's much improved this evening. But I heard distortion, like a lot of it last night. This isn't what I heard last night.
Okay, let's. Well, like I said, I'd have to drag that modulation meter over to the shack. I mean, to the other side of the shack. So I haven't done anything other than that. But this is, if it's serviceable, I'm okay with it because I got the other radios, I mean, you never heard it. Did you ever hear anything like that with the ICOM?
No. Sorry. I was eating my pizza crust. I made Elio's for dinner. No, I don't ever remember hearing that with the ICOM or any other radio. That's for sure. But you be the judge. Like I said, I'm not going to delete the recording tonight. I promise. So, you'll have it. And like I said, you be the judge. So, is number one, is Michelle over? And number two, what'd you have for dinner?
I didn't eat dinner yet. Michelle was here, and she went home. She's coming back Friday, and I haven't had anything to eat yet tonight. I don't even know how much power I've got in here. Let me look at it. I don't know, about 200 watts of carrier. It's peaking up to about 900. So I could see the positive peaks or whatever. What was I going to say? Now, you've heard other guys, right, with the with flexes? Some of the other fellas with flexes, do you remember what they sounded like?
Yeah. Yes. I do. I've talked to Steve, W2SDR, quite a lot on his flex.
And?
Well, you just asked me if I talked to anybody on them. But are you asking me if I hear what I'm hearing on... if you're asking me if I'm hearing on yours what I'm hearing, if I heard on them, no. And, the audio quality is there. If that little bit wasn't there, you'd sound just as good as you would be on your Anon or on any other thing.
Okay, well, there might be RF up here. I can't tell. I'm not going to go downstairs right now. And see what it's like down there. I mean, I'm using the PC audio here. You see the PC audio function of the radio. And I don't know what that means. Okay, I don't know how it does what it does. Okay, so I'm not going... I'm not sure how that works. I mean, if I plugged in... let's put it this way. Well, I know what you're saying about going downstairs, because, see, downstairs I'm not using the computer audio. I'm using analog directly into the radio. So maybe, and I'm sure the other guys are doing the same thing. So hopefully whatever the issue is not downstairs, because I'm going through the balanced input of the radio itself, not using computer audio. And if that's the case, I'll be satisfied with here, Studio B, but everything would be okay down in the shack. Number one. Number two, let me lower this a little bit. Number two, I mean, I got the FT101 down there, I mean, which is my main AM rig at the present time, so that's going to be the main AM rig anyway. So we'll see what you think when I'm downstairs, and if I get a chance, because Michelle was here all day, I didn't want to mess around a lot, but I'd go into WebSDR and listen for myself. Actually, it's kind of unusual for me to ask people, how's it sound now? How's it sound now? Usually I get things ready before I get on with something, but I didn't do it this time. There's absolutely no fan noise when I'm here in Studio B. Now, I called you yesterday and this morning and today on the repeater, and you say you don't hear me calling you.
What time did you call me on the repeater?
Well, what day? This morning I started calling you at 6:30, 6:45, 5 minutes to 7, nothing.
Well, 6:45 and 5 minutes to 7, I was already at work. But at 6:30 is right around the time that I called you on the radio. And what time did you call me this evening?
All right, let me think about it. I don't know, probably around 6 or maybe a little after. I don't remember.
Yeah, and I left work at 5 today. I was home by 5:30 today, so I was out of work real early. I tried giving you a shout to see if you had the HT on yet, but you didn't. And then I was making dinner and everything, and I literally was eating my Ilios, and I was going to text you when I got done eating to see what you were up to, and you had already beat me to the punch. But I'll meet you. I'll make sure I get you tomorrow morning. I do try the node every single day. I try that long range node.
Well, you have to understand, Perry, that FTM 400 in the shack, it only do one thing at a time. Either I got it on crossband repeat or I got it on the node. Now, I have it on the node if I'm in the shack. But if I'm looking for you on the repeater and up here, I got to put it in crossband repeat. So in the morning, I'm in the shack on both frequencies, node and repeater. Did you, you didn't send me any files yet, right?
No, I'm still recording.
Oh, okay. So it's still the same as it was the whole time, right?
No, it's gotten better.
Okay, well, that's so I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to lower the gain to get down around the -10. If -10 is the point that I'm seeing on my meter, then I'm going to leave it there. See? So it's kind of the same way it was a little bit with the Anon, that you didn't need as much mic gain on, you didn't want actually as much mic gain on AM as you did on sideband.
I mean, it's getting there. I didn't want to say anything yet because I was trying to give it some time. You know, I didn't want to, like, oh my God, it's better. You know what I mean? And like, you're over there, okay, it's good. And then I tell you, oh no, it's not. And you're like, what the hell? You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to ride it out here for the entire QSO before I give it a. But it's sounding better. I mean, and to be honest with you, you're 35 over, and you could back it down. You're really loud. Like, it's not like really loud, but it's like it's up in your face. But I'm gonna let you be the judge. Well, you're gonna hear it, and it's a really good recording, and you're getting there. Trust me.
You see, it's backing down. The peaks are backing down, but I'm in your face because of that compressor, see? Because remember, yesterday, if I turned it up or turned it down to stop distorting, I lost my audio, see? That's what this compressor limiter is doing. So I think, I'm getting it dialed in, this thing, and be able to handle it. Something else I wanted to mention to you. Well, how things are doing on the other band? I mean, you guys are kicking butt. I mean, the rest of your buddies, are they working all that DX too?
Yeah. My buddy who I was just over, the guy I put up that IMAX for, fixed his PL259, had to do an entire reinstall of the IMAX. He texted me later that night, and he said, I made 24 contacts this evening. It's working great. Thank you so much. I was like, good, man. And like before I left, I forgot my damn analyzer, man. I didn't think I'd need it. And so I was using this SWR meter, and he was, you know how them damn transistor boxes are. They get some of them put out so many harmonics. So when he'd flip that thing on, it's harmonics, would cause the SWR to go up, and it was kind of chasing our tail there for a little bit, but got it all dialed in and got him back going. He's happy. Everybody's happy down there. Some people aren't happy with me, though. I'll be honest with you. Forgetting what's his name back on the air.
Oh, they're not unhappy because you're technical. It's because who you're helping. You know what you do? You got to have a low pass filter. So you put a low pass filter in the line, one that cuts off at 30 megahertz, not 54, okay? 30 megahertz, and then what you're going to get on the ass end of that low pass filter is exactly what's going out on the band.
Right. I have one over here. I don't know if it's, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if it's only up to 30 megahertz, so it might be up to 6 meters, but how about that? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. See, that gets rid of that. As far as my memory goes, the only low-pass filter I can remember that actually goes to 54 is the Drake one. Most of the other ones only go to 30 megahertz. So I don't think you have to worry unless you run into a Drake filter that it's not going to do what you want. But the 30 megahertz is what you do. Then whatever you get on the ass end of that is accurate. W2SDR.
This one I got ain't no good. Well, I gotta look it up, maybe look up the manual, but it's an NYE Viking 2000 watt low pass filter. But it says over 65 dB of attenuation above 57 megahertz.
See, it's hey, look at this. I just hit the space bar on this computer and it keys the radio. I didn't know it did that. I love it. I don't have to keep using the mouse on the mouse button. How in the world did that happen? Anyway, well, you're not going to use that one. See, that one is because you're going to get the second harmonic. See, on 54 with that, and it's going to interfere. So you need one that goes only to 30. But yeah, I ran into that back in the day. Well, you see, you didn't have to worry about that with tube boxes because the Pi network in there filters out the second harmonic. See. But with the solid state ones with no bandpass filters, it's every man for himself. So that's right. They call that ghost watts, right?
You got something going on, man. Something's going on. It was like something kind of clicking. Something's going on.
By the way, I was using the space bar. Now I'm back to maybe the space bar doesn't work. Is this okay?
No, no. It's something in your audio. It's not that. It's not this. You're not keying and unkeying. It's something in your audio.
Yeah, it looks good on the pan adapter. I don't know. The amplifier looks okay. Everything looks fine here.
Well, it did it as soon as you keyed up that time for about a second. I got it's on the recording, and I made a recording with the knob, but I don't know if I want to play it over the air.
Oh, is it okay now?
Yeah, I don't hear it, but you're only keying up for a second.
All right, well, I'll leave it keyed up, for a couple minutes. I mean, I didn't want to go on and on if you couldn't understand me or there was a problem. I was using the space bar, and it keyed the radio, but maybe that was a problem. I'm not using it anymore. Go ahead.
Well, use it, and let's see if it does it again.
Okay, now I'm using it. The pan adapter looks fine. Everything looks exactly like it did when I was using the MOX button. So this is the space bar, W2SDR.
W3 MMR. Yeah, it's not doing it. Yeah, I didn't think it was the space bar. There was something with your audio, like it was sounding like arcing, and it was on my pan adapter. It was going. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you'll hear it. I'll send you the recording as soon as we're done here.